Julie, good morning.
'Cause it's too late. Your time is up. Damage done and now it's stuck.
Sonny, good morning to you.
'Cause it's too late. You roll the dice, and now you have to pay the price. Yeah. I'm in a better place now. I'm not gonna worry. No, I'm not even sorry. You're gonna be the lonely one. I'm in a better place now. I'm not gonna worry. No, I'm not even sorry. You're gonna be the lonely one. Say it again, say it again. You're saying you feel
Danielle, you as well too. Good morning, good morning. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in so far. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Well, where we streaming from, y'all. Good morning. Facebook, good morning,
I
y'all.
can feel it breaking deep inside. 'Cause
Barbara,
it's
good morning.
late. Your time is up. Damage done
El Teddy, I see y'all. Good morning, y'all.
'Cause it's too late. You roll the dice, and now you have to pay the price. Oh, I'm in a better place now.
El Teddy, the M100. What's that? I don't know what that is. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the Marching 100, I guess. It's okay. We love y'all though. B, good morning, B. Brand, good morning.
Tell him I need my money right now.
Roll the drug and you too, good morning.
From me the juice, they stole out my crown. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. But don't waste my energy. I don't got
Right
my
church, wrong view, good morning.
energy. I keep it tight, don't let nobody get close to me. My heart is right, don't question my integrity, no.
Brother
I
Marcus,
thought we would be
good
just
morning, Brother
fine.
Marcus. What's going on,
I
sir?
thought I was like mine, but let me find out. You've been going around throwing shots, running plots. Come on, man, tryna block my blessings, but only for comparisons. What's from me won't be from me. Yeah, I'ma go through just to grow through. But pay me what you owe me for, I make what you've been saying about me true. Tell him I need my money right now. From me the juice, they stole out my crown. Yeah. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. Don't waste my loyalty. I let you in back then because I couldn't see. But now it's clear you ain't ever been true to me. My intuition ain't ever lied, I had to leave. Handle your business, do what you think you need to do to get your revenge. But you won't break me, God as my witness. Past the point of no return, I'm on a mission. Tryna block my blessings.
Truth the Dragon, I appreciate you.
What's from me won't be from me. Yeah, I'ma go through just to grow through. But pay me what you owe me for, I make what you've been saying about me true. Tell him I need my money right now.
Man, I appreciate that.
From me the juice, they stole out my crown. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. Don't waste my.
Tiger, I appreciate you, Tiger. Shout out to you, brother.
Tell me what it is, what you want from me, what you want from me. Tell me what it is, don't tell me what it ain't. They try to throw salt, it just made the pressure
Dorian, good morning, good morning.
Riding, cruising down the meadows, pedal to the meadow. Cold breeze blowing down the windows. Calm trees, blowing trees, get that boy some headroom. On the interstate in traffic, but I swerve out. What's the moves for the night? What's the word now? What's the links? Hit me up, we could go now. I got hella pieces, she got hella features. Get me hella geeked up, she be blowing shisha. Reefer on me loud, hope them boys don't creep up. I don't know a thing if you do not speak up. In my own world, I don't try to keep up. Tell me what you want, don't be trying to front.
David, check the background for me, please. They getting a lot of audio clipping here, and I'm hearing it on my side too.
I'ma get you drunk, yeah, feeling on your buns, licks in the blunt.
For the stream, that is.
All these girls showing up, but I don't give a fuck. Cause you the one I want, girl, you the one I want. Girl, you the one I want. Hey, come and show me love. Shorty wanna be a rider, and I'm feeling high, I can't deny it. She a badge on name.
Yeah, the bass was hitting hard.
She love fire. She got me feeling higher than a sour. So I'm trying to feel how I feel inside her. I asked her what she doing, she like nada. So she just chillin', about to get up in the shower. I said, alright, cool, I'ma be there in an hour. I just wanna live like a Kuna and Matata. I ain't got no time for no baby mama drama.
Paradise, I appreciate you.
No tomatoes. Always bragging what they got up in their wallet. Ain't no really telling if we let her see tomorrow. Get it on my own, I ain't really tryna ball. So I stay fly, gotta dress up in designer.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the show, so make sure that you stay tuned. Like it or not, it's about to go down.
Like It or Not with Benjamin Dixon starts now.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone.
Is that James DJ? I gotta get my glasses. How you doing, brother? Good to see you this morning, man.
Over there. I'm good, brother. I'm here. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all held it down. I appreciate y'all.
Hey, man. Nah, we glad. Shout out to you. Glad to see you back. And I could tell you're easing your way back in, so don't overdo it. You know what I mean, man. It's good to see you. Good morning and welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth
and not care who doesn't like it.
My man.
I forgot Rebecca's not here
yet. Good morning, everyone in all the different chat rooms, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Be sure to click the share, like, and subscribe button. Rebecca will be joining us momentarily, and we also are going to be joined by David Sirota of the Daily Poster. We're going to be discussing the filibuster, Joe Manchin, Kirsten Sinema, along with other things that he is covering over there at his outlet. That said, James, I want to start with this clip, and I'm not playing this clip. Well, you know what? Let's take a look at this clip because you'll see why we're playing it, and I think we are uniquely equipped, you, me, and Rebecca, to call out this BS. Let's take a look at it.
I find interesting this Hungary story. A former Soviet bloc nation has made a ruling, listen to this, banning all broadcasters, advertisers, and media groups from promoting homosexuality or transgenderism in children's content. It passed 157-1. Your thought?
Yeah, and this is what you see. There's 5 nations in Eastern Europe that were former Soviet bloc nations that we would describe as very young Christian nations. They're heavily Christian, heavily influenced by Christian teaching values. And you would have Hungary, you'd have the Czech Republic, you'd have Romania, you have Ukraine, and you have Poland. And they are trying to have their policy line up with traditional biblical values. They believe that God will bless their nation if they do those things. Now, the EU is coming after them very aggressively, as they did after Poland. And those countries are saying, you know, we really don't need the EU. We're not part of a group. We are a sovereign nation. We're going to do what's right. And so I applaud those guys for doing that. And quite frankly, most American Christians probably would not have stood with that because we're so scared of getting beat up by the media and others. But that is a biblically correct position that you have, is there are moral rights and wrongs in sexuality. And those are 5 nations in Eastern Europe that have been trying to uphold biblical standards on morality, and good for them.
All right, so that's David Barton. You can see his name down on the marquee, and this is a right-wing media outlet. Here's plenty of reasons for us to cover this. One reason is because this is the type of message that is going out in right-wing circles right now, all day, every day. This is the type of stuff that they are spreading across this country, and this is the type of stuff that gets people from the LGBTQIA community killed. And while a lot of you may never have heard of this guy, he's very influential on his side of the equation, and so we got to talk about it. But then two, the countries, and then James, I'm going to toss it to you, but I just got to give some context of what this man is trying to align y'all evangelicals with. I just want to make sure y'all understand these nations that he's talking about, the ruling and the laws that he's talking about, these traditional Christian values that he's talking about, these are far right-wing nationalist fascist organizations. He is aligning. He would rather, for the sake of his homophobia, he would rather, and transphobia, he would rather align with Nazis. Now, you tell me what your Bible says about this. James, I got a whole lot more to say, man, but I want to yield the floor because this is the type of stuff that get people killed. Like, when I say people, I mean people who are attacked because of homophobia, particularly in religious circles. Anyway, go ahead, man.
So Hungary they're talking about banning all of this from commercials, TV, print, media, everything. Is that correct?
Yeah. Let me read you a little bit about it. I'll give you just a little more context because Hungary's National Assembly passed legislation banning portrayals of homosexuality or transgender individuals in any content aimed at those under the age of 18, a move that was heartily approved by religious rights pseudo-historian David Barton.
That makes absolutely no sense at all. And he was right on one point, at one part, saying that, we're afraid to do it over here because they're scared of what media and basically the cancel culture. You goddamn right. You will get canceled because if you're not on the right side of what's going on right now, you're going to get canceled. Let's be honest. It's one thing to put your beliefs on those who want it, but it's another thing to put your beliefs on those who don't want it. We don't need the government stepping in to try to dictate what needs to be seen by us. Hell, if you want to flip it on this back a little bit, think about when we finally started seeing inclusion of the African American community in commercials. Okay, it's the same thing. So now you have a broader audience. Everybody is not the damn same, people. When are y'all going to realize that? Okay, so these marketing companies, these products and these TV shows, all of this, they know what they're doing. They're reaching out to the masses for inclusivity. So if you want to take that away, by all means, you get canceled. We cancel countries. God damn it. Put that on a shirt. We cancel countries.
I like that. Put that on a shirt. And that's that, man. That's that on that, man. Not everybody is nobody. See, that's the thing, man. Like, these are conservatives who like to say, don't let the government limited government. They want small government. They want small government, but they also want the government to regulate what's going on in your household. Because that's ultimately what this is about. This is saying that content creators can't make content and then who's going to be the arbiter of who's going to be the decider? What is going to be like? You mean to tell me the little cartoon, the Loud House, little cartoon my kids love? I love watching it too. I ain't gonna lie. I love Loud House. That's my show. You mean to tell me the almost I want to say discreet references to the LGBTQIA community that they have in that show would be banned?
Yep, man.
I don't even know if that's a discreet I don't know, but that very subtle, those references would be banned. Y'all got issues.
Yeah, definitely do. They have a lot of issues. I'm just like, y'all don't have anything else better to do? Y'all don't have any kind of other stuff that needs to be passed or worked on, starving children, people dying in the streets, Oh, wait a minute. Let's attack the gays and get them off TV.
Come on.
Canceled.
We'll cancel a whole country.
We'll cancel the whole damn country, man. Don't play
We'll
with
cancel the whole country. Y'all keep playing around. Y'all going to find out real quick.
Okay, if we can go and find somebody just from a post or a picture, then, man, we can cancel the country.
We cancel the whole... I guess we got to be careful with that kind of language because America like to go around here canceling countries all the time. We don't want to say
all the time.
We don't mean that kind of canceling. We ain't with them. Like we ain't talking about the military-industrial complex dropping bombs on people all across the side. Now we gonna cancel. First country we gonna cancel is gonna be the United States of America, at least the military part, the empire. Mm-hmm. My God. But I digress. I want to go back to one part that this guy was saying. This is they're really doing their best to tie in the fear and the homophobia that's still in religious circles and even in the black church. They really like to use that as a way of pulling religious people over into these right-wing factions that end up being like Nazis. You know what I mean? Like this is really what this David Barton guy is doing. He's really pulling evangelicals. All y'all, y'all be at your church. Lord, I lift your name on high. That group. He's aligning out with Nazis. I just want to make sure you're clear on on what's going on here. Mm-hmm. But they've been able to do this without fail over and over again because of the homophobia that still remains in any average church that you go to. So y'all gonna keep playing around. Y'all gonna be so scared of two guys kissing that y'all gonna end up sick hailing in the Nazi faction. I mean, that's what what I'm seeing.
Down to Ben.
Is anybody?
That's terrible.
All right. This next story is actually a tough one, and James, you brought this one to us. Tell us. We have some sites, we have some videos of it, but tell us about the story before we play it. And I do want to say, viewer discretion advised. This one is a little triggering when I heard about it, so I know it's certainly going to be triggering for some people. Go ahead, James.
Yeah, 9-year-old, if I'm not mistaken, I think he is 9 or 10. Black kid named Tyler, living with the family. And I saw this story and I've been following it for the past few days. When I saw it, it caught my attention. And when I saw the video, brought me to tears because for one, it like you said, Ben, it is triggering and it brought up feelings and emotions like nobody should go through this. Tyler, little boy who's being abused by his family for being who he is, for being gay. It's a tough video to watch, so please be advised. There is some language behind it. Once you look at this video, then I'll go into the rest of it, what's going on, and give you guys an update so far. So David, go ahead and roll that clip, please.
Now we're gonna shut on you getting your ass beat. This what see him. We do shit, but it don't help right here.
You said you're what? Say it again. Say it one more time.
And he like that shit.
You like it. And you doing the most.
You still doing gay shit. You think this on the side of your head for no reason? Is that what you think? Is on the side of your head for no reason? So why you just said that gay ass shit, bro? Why would you just say that? Why would you just say that?
All right, man. Do we need to see the rest of it?
No, we don't need to see the rest of it because it just gets worse. He's being attacked, but I think who is either his uncle or his father. And they're upset because, like I said, Tyler is being who he wants to be, being openly gay. So his family is not happy with that. And I wanted to bring this to the attention of the masses, of everyone, to let you know sometimes the things that we go through. Because this is some of the trauma that we went through growing up as children. And thankfully, my parents are loving, didn't go through it. And mom and daddy, I appreciate you and I love you for being understanding and accepting me for who I am. But there's other families out there that are not like that are not accepting, that won't deal with this or won't talk to their kids and see what's going on, but instead will try to beat them out of it and try to beat the gay away. That doesn't work. You can beat the gay away, pray the gay away, anything you want to. The gay is not going to go away. Okay, let's be honest at that point. But update on Tyler. I know that video was very triggering, like I said, for many. So Black Twitter, being Black Twitter, took to the streets.
Come on.
In that video, as you saw the house numbers on the house, it goes to another scene where you see the numbers on the house. Someone was able to locate said house. And since then, they have put their address, where they stay, the mother's name, the sister's name, the
They
person
done
that
doxed
hit
the
him.
whole family.
They got the whole family, to the point to where APD has been called several times. Child Protective Services has been called multiple times. So far that the voicemail was full. And it did garner the attention of the mayor of Atlanta as well, too. And I can report that Tyler has been removed from the house.
Come on, man.
Now, to go a step further with it, there's a guy that's running for a councilman position here in that same district that Tyler lives in, Devin Barrington, if I'm not mistaken. He's running for councilman in District 9. So he was able to, he's also LGBTQIA+, so he's running for city council here in Atlanta, and he saw the video and was on the ground. And next thing you know, that there was someone else that was helping as well, too, a young lady by the name of Hope. Once she was going in and doing everything, she was leading the charge. She was ready to take an army over there to the house, and they were going to go, do everything. We do have a video clip of Tyler as well, not Tyler, but Devin as well, speaking about the situation in the issue. So, David, please play that.
I'm so excited to bring you all really great news about the heartbreaking story of Tyler. A lot of you have seen the video that has circulated the entire internet about how this young boy was abused and humiliated online. And this morning I have some really good news, but it is the first step in all of this. And I wanted to give you all an opportunity to be a part of the next steps of what's going to happen with Tyler. In a few minutes here, I'm going to have Devin Barrington Ward, who is somebody who is running for office in the district that Tyler lives in, and saw it fit to make sure that, you know, he went up, corresponded with the parents, and corresponded with some local community members. We have been on the phone nonstop, making sure that something was done about Tyler. And as of last evening around 12 o'clock midnight, Tyler was removed from the home, by defect. I'm sorry, y'all, I can't get my words together because I'm excited that all of the work and the prayers and the calls, like they meant something. DFACS and presumably Keisha Lance Bottoms and the folks in Atlanta did something to make sure that he was removed from the home, but that is just the first part of all of this, right? That is just the very beginning. So now that we have gotten Tyler out of the home, the next steps are going to be to make sure that DFACS does their job. They came and picked him up, but now we want to make sure that they get him placed in a loving home, that they get him placed in a loving environment, and that they also do their job to make sure that the folks who are going to be taking care of him have the resources that they need.
Absolutely. So that was Hope. Can't remember her last name. Hope was the one that actually led the charge and was able and was contacted by the councilman to get everything taken care of. So Councilman Devin did go to the house and spoke with the parents, and he was able to work with the parents and talk to the mom and find out what's going on. So by the time Devin arrived, the police were already there. Mother was already frustrated because, you know, and the whole family, because at this point, we play no games. Okay.
Yeah, man.
We are the LGBTQIA plus community is very passionate and protective when it comes to our younger kids, because we know what it's like. You know, some of us may have not gone through such harsh trials, but we know the situation, we know the feeling, and no one should ever be alone and feel they have to go through this alone. So we uplifted Tyler. We were there. We were ready to go get him. and take him out ourselves, but we went about it the right way. So once Devin arrived, police were already there. He was able to talk to the mom and the parents, and they were able to come to a common ground to understand what's going on. And she was willing to get that help and assistance. But of course, it all comes down to there are more children in the house. You have a family that doesn't understand things that are going on and find it difficult to talk to Tyler as well, too. So this just goes to show that sometimes, yes, you have that child that is being gay or bi or a lesbian that have these feelings but don't know how to express them. But as parents, we have to do what we need to do to talk to these kids and get that understanding from them. So thankfully, he was able. They did pull him out of the house, but they were able to talk to the family and get some ground. So we just want to do what we can to support Tyler and also support the family. No, even though what we saw was not right, we need to support the family and it's not the whole family. Make sure that we get them together and get everything situated and taken care of. So there has been a GoFundMe started for him to make sure that he gets the care that he needs, because it's just not going to be him. It's going to be him plus his other siblings. And that's one thing that he said, is that he doesn't want to be separated from his siblings.
For real. Man. So we gotta make sure that we stop doing this in the Black community, man.
Yeah.
We have to. I have been having to deprogram myself, and the wildest thing, I keep saying this because I'm like, where did I get it from? My dad I never remember my dad preaching a single homophobic sermon. I never remember my pastor in Boynton Beach teaching a homophobic sermon. So I'm like, where did I get the homophobia that I had to unlearn from? And it just got it from streets.
Yeah.
You know, we got to stop doing that, y'all.
Yeah.
Because we are traumatized. Right. Go ahead, man.
No, you know what I'm saying, man, you're right. And just knowing everything that happened, you know, I think what made me fear coming out more, of course, in going through high school, I was confused. I didn't know what I wanted or what I wanted to do yet. So, but once I got to college and, you know, started realizing, okay, I'm a grown man, I'm here, I can do what I want. Mm-hmm. That's cool. But my peers are the ones that are not going to be accepting of it. Mm. So that made me, per se, stay in the closet longer. So it's just like a progression to it. Okay, at DL, get these terms, DL, which means down low, for those who don't know. Then you have that part where you're bisexual, and then finally, okay, you know what, I'm gay. Just F it. My mom knows, family knows, I'm there.
All I know, man. I'm laughing because I'm laughing because I have parallels in my life, but they don't compare. So I'll tell you off air, like the stuff that I had to stand my ground with my family over. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody has to stand their ground, but to have to do it in front of the entire public, and then to have your community. Who said that? I think it was Park Cannon said, an LGBTQIA Black youth knows that they're already an outcast in so many parts of their community. Already know it. Mm-hmm. Even to the point where videos like this can exist.
Right.
We got to stop doing, because here on the other side of the tracks, let's change where MLK turns into Hammondville, right there where it goes from the black side to the white side of the neighborhood, or it turns into Coconut Creek Parkway. Actually, I was going the wrong way. You got Raiders defensive lineman Carl Nassib or Nassib. Somebody
Nassib,
correct me.
Yeah.
Nassib is the NFL's first active openly gay player. Let's listen to him talk about it and then compare that young black man's experience, that young black boy's experience in Atlanta to this brother here. Let's listen to it.
I've been meaning to do this for a while now, but I just want to take a quick moment to say that I'm gay. I've been meaning to do this for a while now, but I finally feel comfortable enough to get it off my chest. I really have the best life. I got the best family, friends, and job a guy could ask for. I'm a pretty private person, so I hope you guys know that I'm really not doing this for attention. I just think that representation and visibility are so important. I actually hope that one day videos like this and the whole coming out process are just not necessary.
Now, NFL Commissioner
You can
Roger
take
Goodell
that
said
part
in a
down.
statement today, quote,
Yeah,
Right.
take that part down before we get before we get flagged.
Right.
I just wanted to try to take down the whole channel. No, thank you for getting that, David. but I'm glad for Carl, brother Carl.
Yeah.
He's able to live his truth. Now, here's the thing: that young brother, his truth is now going to be traumatized.
Yep.
This boy is going to have to grow up with a lot with this trauma in his life, and it's not just him. The reason is fitting and proper for us to talk about this to the top of our lungs because it's happening all across the country, man.
Mm-hmm. You're right, man. And you know, when I saw the video call coming out, I was, you know, I had my, I'll be honest, I had my reservations about it. You know, I was just like, oh, here it is, a football player that just wants some clout. You know, he just wants the publicity, just the stunt to garner that attention. And I'm glad that he said that he's not doing it for attention. I'm just hoping that he sticks to what he's saying. But he did donate to the Trevor Project, which is a huge organization for the LGBTQIA plus community, and it helps young youth as well too. So I'm glad that he's doing that to support.
Yeah.
But as you see, there's that paradigm there where, and I hate to say it like this, but it is what it is, where the white community is more welcoming and accepting sometimes of your children coming out versus the African-American community. It has to be traumatizing. So now here it is. This young cat has to go through all this trauma. Now growing up, he's going to face this all the way through, and guarantee you there's going to be some psychological issues. There always are in the community. Because just from the emotional abuse and physical abuse, he's going to have some issues when he grows up. And so that's one thing that I really hate about sometimes coming out or trying to be yourself openly in our community, and I'm talking about the black community, because sometimes they're just not accepting. Because you go to it, you hear it in the barbershop. Okay, you hear it when you're hanging out with your boys just playing a video game, you're playing Madden. You hear it from your family sometimes when your cousins, your uncles, aunties come around. So you already have all this emotional trauma. So once you grow up and you're trying to go through that and face it, it just makes it difficult where you don't want to be comfortable with yourself.
Man, I'm shaking my head because that is I played my part in that. You know what I mean? And
then you know what, bro? I played my part in that too.
Wow.
Because I didn't know, you know. Wow. I really didn't.
Wow. And it's something that you said there that was that really, really stood out to me. And it escapes me right now, man. You know, I'm getting old. It'll come back to me. But I just know one thing is, as a community, we got to stop doing this to our children. The fact that I didn't want to be the one to say it, and I'm glad you said it, but you know, really that's why I played the clip. You know, Carl over here is able to go and live his best life as he should be.
Right.
Can we not let our kids find their ways to their own definition of their own best life without saddling them with more trauma than this country already is going to give them just by virtue of them being black? They gonna get enough trauma in their life by being black, and we gonna add to it because they're LGBTQIA. Come on, man.
Right.
So
right. And like I said, you know, it would be one thing if our community is accepting of it, but the reason why they're not accepting of it is because you got to think about it. It goes so much further back. Is because of that book called the Bible that was beat against our head when we were younger from the generations from our ancestors when it came on through it. So when it got through the years and it got passed down so far that we take it word for word. No, you can't tell me what it says in the book about it, but you can pray me up and down that it's wrong. So in our community, that's all they see it as. So we just going off of the beliefs of what you were taught or what you were told. And you necessarily wasn't even taught. You just believe that marriage should be between a man and a woman.
And therein lies the thing that exists in the black community that exists in the white community. In these white evangelical circles, y'all gonna let y'all homophobia usher y'all right on over to these Nazi movements that we shared in that first clip. In the black community, that LGBTQI, homophobia, transphobia ushers you right into the hands of white supremacy, the very thing that wants to kill you in this country. White supremacy uses that same homophobia, transphobia in order to get its agenda accomplished, and you become your own you become your own oppressor by continuing to oppress the LGBTQIA community in any form or fashion. All right, let's take a real quick break, because when we come back, we're going to shift gears. We'll be joined by David Sirota of the Daily Poster. So James, give us a couple minutes of some good music, and we're going to be talking about the filibuster and all of that when we come back, more like it or not, after this.
All right, y'all. Make sure that y'all stay tuned. We got you coming up right now. While I get my other channel linked and set up, we'll get the music going. All right, y'all. Let's see. Boom. Real quick, we're gonna go through some of these this list of, let me mute my channel here. Boom, there we go. Now I can hear very good. Gonna go through the list of new patrons, y'all. I know it's been a lot that have been gone and out of there, but we're gonna get them caught up today. And also, Jam Tomb says, James Weber Williams, James, do you have a link for that GoFundMe or a name I can search? We have folks that wish to donate. Jam Tomb, I'm gonna see what I can find and we'll get that for you, okay? All right, new subscribers, new patrons. Here we go, y'all. It's a good bit, so bear with me. We have Alyssa D, Martha, John F, Meow, Growl, Grizzle. It's a real thing, y'all. Daryl J. New Twitch subscribers, we have ZDLB74 who subscribed with Prime, Kerner J18 who subscribed. We have Mimosa Dragon who resubscribed and commented, hey now looky who's been around almost half a year on Twitch. Love and solidarity to the Like It or Not family, and they have been subscribed for 5 months. So Mimosa Dragon, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. And also we have Mimosa Dragon gifted 1 subscription. We have Funky Pug 313 resubscribed, and they've been subscribed for 7 months. Gambling Blues resubscribed, and they've also been subscribed for 6 months. Jam Tomb 63958, what's going on, Jam Tomb? Resubscribed and commented, woohoo! Thanks for all you do. And she has been subscribed for 3 months as well. Shout out to you, Jam Tomb. The Chicken Fried Dragon, yes, gifted 7 subscriptions. Shout out to Chicken Fried Dragon. I appreciate you. And also Dread 2D Max cheered 300 bits, y'all. We appreciate y'all so much for your time, your love, your energy. We appreciate y'all, man. Love it. Anyway, y'all, we're gonna get back to some of this good music. Make sure that you hit the like button, share, comment, subscribe, and also we love it, man. Like it or not. Stephen Crowder ran from Sam again on H3, and that's from Farrar Quillins. Thank you for your super chat, y'all. We appreciate you. Like it or not, it's coming up.
I could feel good, live good, die good. Lingering inside my head space, turning minutes into hours into days. I'm thinking about the situations now. Wonder if it's ever gonna change.
So everybody that's tuning in, man, we appreciate y'all. Make sure that y'all like that button, hit that like button, share, comment, subscribe. You know, like it or not, it's going down, y'all.
Cut up in the car, told her start it up. I don't wanna see it from your eyes unless it's Cartier. Ran into my old chick, she said you ain't playing fair. Nah, I ain't playing fair. Nah, I ain't playing fair. Asked her why she staying there, she said she don't know. I had to ask some more, but I really had to go and get my bop on. Yeah, I get my bop on. If she needs some good, tell her she got hop on. She know I'm the top dog, I know she a hot one. Balenci's on the feet, and you know I got the socks on. Yeah, I get my bop on. If she needs some good, tell her she got hop on. She know I'm the top dog.
Shout out brother Latif.
Balenci's on the feet, and you know I got the socks on.
She said with my hot sauce, she ain't with no knockoff. See them, we gon' pop off. Uber getting dropped off. Kicking in the door, we ain't knock on it. Ice on your beat, then you know it got the bop to it. Running up the streams like the stock market. They ain't with no beef, tell them stop talking. Rock a goatee like I'm Hulk Hogan. Put on R&B, then I hit her with the slow stroking. Ooh. Then I told her she could hop on it, bop on. Yeah, I get my bop on. If she needs some good, tell her she could hop on. She know I'm the top dog, I know she a hot one. But Lindsay's on the feet, and you know I got the socks on. Yeah, I get my pop on. Yeah, I get my
And because I've been gone for a few days and haven't heard it myself in a while, here's our jam, y'all, Still Fly.
I could really use a change of scenery. Everybody smoking all the greenery. Close the matches, they were handed down to me. But I'm still fly, I know. I'm still fly, let's go. It could all be worse, I could be a hater like you. It could all be worse. Pills to make the man, but that poison's gonna kill you. From the inside out, so right now. Say it with your chest now, say it with your chest now. I'm young, I'm free, can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to ride it out. It's my time to ride it. I'm young, I'm free, can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to ride it out. It's my time to ride it out. It's your time. Oh, cheers to all the haters, cause you proved to me that rising to the top was my destiny. And you can see whatever from behind me, but I'm still fly, I know.
And make sure y'all that you subscribe, y'all. Make sure that you subscribe. YouTube. Hey, y'all, make sure that you subscribe. tinyurl.com/likeItOrNot show. tinyurl.com/likeItOrNot show. That is the Lion channel. Make sure that you go subscribe, y'all.
Say it with your chest now, say it with your chest now. I'm young, I'm free.
Good morning, Mama and Daddy. Love y'all. Shout out to my mama and daddy, y'all. Man, when I tell you, if it wasn't for them the past 2 days, woo, woosah.
It's my time to ride it. I'm young, I'm free, can't nobody take me here and now.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the screen. My brother, Benjamin Dixon.
It's my time to ride it now.
Welcome back to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth and not care who doesn't like it.
Oh, I can't
You
hear
know what?
Oh, wait, that's why.
You know what? I just cut off Revel Day at the best part, didn't I?
Right, but I'm like, Ben is talking. I don't hear anything.
Man, listen. I almost feel like telling you to cut that part back on, but we'll catch that. We'll catch the best part of the song after we get a chance to talk with our next guest, David Sirota. He's an independent journalist, reporter, investigative reporter, national progressive journalist extraordinaire. And David, thanks so much for joining us. How are you this morning?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Good morning.
Pleasure. The pleasure is ours. So there's a couple things that I wanted to talk with you about in terms of what's happening in national politics. And I think that you can help us get a grasp on what's happening. Let's start with the filibuster, because this is one of the things that we're facing it's a hurdle that until we get past it, we're not going to get anything accomplished from this point forward. Tell us about your reporting and what you're seeing with regard to the filibuster.
Well, it's pretty simple. The filibuster is in place, and it doesn't look like there's very much movement at all. And there is certainly some hypocrisy at play. People like Joe Manchin, Senator Jeanne Shaheen of New Hampshire, other senators, Democratic senators in the past have said they support filibuster reform. In the past, when the Republicans were in power, and now suddenly when filibuster reform could actually help pass real democratic legislation, you have a handful of Democratic senators who are suddenly saying that they're opposed to changing or ending the filibuster. So there's a lot of hypocrisy, and the hypocrisy is revealing, I think. It reveals that at least a part of the Democratic Party does not seem seriously committed to or interested in passing significant legislation, including the agenda of President Joe Biden, including voting rights legislation. And so I think you're right to say that unless this problem is dealt with, the best we can probably hope for in lieu of that, maybe one or two more spending bills on priorities that Republicans at least somewhat agree with, spending on stuff like roads and bridges, but not the kinds of transformative pieces of legislation that are needed to address the crises that this country is facing.
And exactly right. One of the crises that we're facing is the fact that there is a concerted effort by Republicans across this country, hundreds of pieces of legislation across the states that have targeted the voting rights of all Americans, but specifically Black Americans, which is a direct threat to the Democratic Party power base. So help us to understand why the Democratic Party would play games with whether or not Black people could actually even vote for them in the 2022 midterms.
It's a really important question. And I think the right way to think about it is the way you've put it, which is that Republicans are trying to change the voting rules in states. And yet in Washington, you have some Democrats, chiefly Joe Manchin, saying that he doesn't want to change the rules in light of the situation. So it is a one-sided battle, if you will, where Republicans are changing the rules and Democrats, or at least part of the Democratic leadership, is saying it doesn't want to change the rules. And we should understand how historically, in a sense, unprecedented this is, or at least a break from the Democratic Party history that gets so venerated when we look back on it, which is to say that in the past, the Democratic Party, when it had power in Washington, used that power in part to make sure that states were actually respecting civil rights and equal rights. I'm talking about, of course, during the civil rights era. That you had that famous Norman Rockwell photo of the little girl going into the segregated school, the little African American girl, the first girl, African American child to be in that school, and she was surrounded by federal agents. And that was a situation during the 50s and 60s in which the federal government used its power to go into states to say that basic civil rights and equal rights will be respected. Now, fast forward to now, and you have the Democratic Party, or at least some of those leaders, saying that the federal government will not use its power to go into states to make sure voting rights are protected. It's the same kind of civil rights, equal rights issue, but a very, very different faction of the Democratic Party that won't allow those rights to be protected.
That is the frustrating thing at this point, because not only can they not get Joe Biden's agenda accomplished, right? If that's what you're up there for, if you're up there to support Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, then their total agenda, well, we can't get that done because of Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema and a couple of other Democrats. If you are there for a progressive agenda, you can't get anything done because of the filibuster. If you're there for a Black agenda, you can't get anything done for the. But the kicker is that they are playing this game at the risk of their own power, because Republicans are playing for keeps. And we can discuss that a little bit more. I want to play this clip. There's two clips that I have. The first is Joe Biden, and he's discussing Trumpism, and he discusses that he believes that it's passing and leaving the system. And we'll discuss that briefly. But then I want you to watch that clip in context of the second clip that we have, which is that of Mitch McConnell, who's essentially saying there's nothing that we're going to allow this administration to get done. Let's take a look at the first clip.
So I think it is a shock and surprise that what's happened in terms of the consequence of President Trump's phony populism has happened. And it is disappointing that so many of my Republican colleagues in the Senate, who I know better, have been reluctant to take on, for example, an investigation because they're worried about being primaried. But at the end of the day, we've been through periods like this in American history before. where there has been this reluctance to take a chance on your reelection because of the nature of your party's politics at the moment. I think this is passing. I don't mean easily passing. That's why it's so important that I succeed in my agenda. The agenda, whether it's dealing with the vaccine, the economy, infrastructure, it's important that we demonstrate we can make progress and continue to make progress. And I think we're going to be able to do that. So, as I said, the proof will be in where it is, 6 months from now, where we are. But I think you're going to see that there's that God willing, we're going to be making progress, and there's going to be a coalescing of a lot of Republicans, particularly younger Republicans who are coming up in the party. And last question, Sebastian.
So hope springs eternal for Joe Biden. But Mitch McConnell yesterday had this to say about voting rights, about the voting rights bill that we're trying to get passed to protect the vote. This is what he had to say. Take a listen.
Democrats choose as justification for their top legislative priority actually doesn't make much difference. They've made abundantly clear that the real driving force behind S1 is a desire to rig the rules of American elections permanently in Democrats' favor. That's why the Senate will give this disastrous proposal no quarter.
He's talking about the voting rights and that the Senate will have no quarter. We normally use that phrase for fascism, no quarter for fascists. And he's saying it in terms of our voting rights. I think Joe Biden's might have his wires crossed here, because it's not Trumpism that we have to be worried about at this precise second. It's Mitch McConnell.
Well, that's right. But I think there's also 2 points here. One, Mitch McConnell, in a certain sense, is correct. That if you take the word rig out of that, I don't think the S1 is trying to rig the rules. S1 is trying to change the rules to make it easier to vote. And Mitch McConnell is effectively admitting that making it easier to vote, having more people vote, having a more vibrant democracy will likely relegate the Republican Party, at least the current Republican Party, to permanent minority status. So Mitch McConnell is actually admitting something there, which is that more people voting, more of a small d democratic expression of what the population wants, is an existential threat to the Republican Party, because the Republican Party is predicated on minority rule. So that is, in a sense, a self-own. Mitch McConnell is admitting that. But Joe Biden is engaging in a self-own as well, which is to say that Joe Biden is admitting that he believes people who are saying explicitly that they will never compromise on anything. He is nonetheless saying that he will continue to rely on them, that he believes that they will provide votes for his agenda, or even votes to allow his agenda to be voted up or down on the floor of the Senate, which is fantastical, which is ridiculous, which the people that he's hoping for or believes in are saying will not happen. So we have two situations here where essentially the two most powerful leaders in Washington are basically admitting things that are preposterous, and they're behaving like this at a time when reality is not waiting around. I mean, this is what's always on my mind, which is that we don't have time for the games that these people are playing. That you have an election coming up. That's one thing that's not waiting around. You have climate change happening. That's not waiting around. That's just getting worse. You have an economic crisis for millions and millions of people who have been left behind. That's not getting better. So the point is that they're playing these games on a kind of lazy timetable as the crises outside of Washington continue to get worse, with the prospect of real human consequences.
Real human consequences. That is the part. There are real ramifications to every single one of these decisions. And one of the things that I think that we can do more clearly as the media or activists or whatever is just to really state it very succinctly that poverty is a policy decision. every hungry child is a policy decision. Everything that we see that's broken in the system is something that we can fix through policy, but we simply choose not to. And here we are, we've gotten so ridiculous with this that we can't even get a firm commitment from the ruling elite of this country to democracy itself.
And it should be added, we should add one other thing, that this is all happening in a Senate that is already undemocratic. I mean, this is the thing that's really mind-blowing, which is that the Republicans talk a lot about the filibuster being needed to protect quote unquote minority rights. I'm not talking about ethnic or racial minorities. I'm talking about the minority party in Congress, or the minority in the country, that we don't want a supposed tyranny of the majority, right? But the problem with that argument is that the Senate, of course, is structurally rigged to always provide the potential for a disproportionate power from the minority of the population, by virtue of the fact that senators, that each state, no matter how big or small, gets 2 senators. You have a part of the legislature that can block anything, that inherently gives small parts of the population, small groups of the population, disproportionate power to block anything. And so the filibuster only makes that even more absurd and ridiculous, only makes it even a smaller group of people that can block anything. I think the stat is that senators comprising the smallest states under existing filibuster rules, 11% of the population, they can represent 11% of the population.
Wow.
And have veto power over anything that comes through the Senate.
Wow. And in the minds of conservatives, that's only proper. In fact, not even just conservatives, you would have Joe Manchin, a Democrat, make this exact argument that is a proper system to maintain as opposed to majority rule. But then,
he argues that incentivizes bipartisanship. That the knowledge that exists means there's more of an incentive for Republicans and Democrats to get together and work things out. But of course, we know it's worked the other way.
Right.
It's incentive for Mitch McConnell to never do anything, never, ever try to compromise on anything, knowing that he only needs senators representing about 11% of the population to stand with him to block anything, that he doesn't have to come to the table. That's the real problem here. There's no incentive for the other side to even negotiate at all,
when they can control everything with just 11% of the population. A stranglehold on this government. David Sirota, the Daily Poster, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
The pleasure's ours. We're going to take a quick break, more like it or not, right after this.
It's my time to run it out. It's my time to ride it.
Y'all see I was able to come right back to it, right?
Ain't nobody take me here.
Thank you so much, David Sirota, for joining us this morning.
It's my time to ride it now. If you're on the bus, say yeah. Yeah. If you're on the train, say yeah. Yeah. If you gotta walk, say yeah. Yeah. Everybody's going somewhere. Yeah. Young or old, I really don't care. Yeah. Life has never really been fair. Yeah. So put your fist up in the air. Yeah. Say yeah. I'm young, I'm free. Can't nobody take me here and now.
Y'all make sure that you hit that like button, y'all. Share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, so you know when Like It or Not is going down. Thank y'all for tuning in this morning, y'all. Y'all make sure you stay tuned. More Like It or Not is coming up next.
Can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to run it out. It's my time. It's my time to run it out. It's your time.
Chillin' at the crib, but I think I'm
Afraid not, right? Lion Con, I like that. Rachel, I appreciate you. Good to see you as well. It is good to be seen. Thank you for that. I swear, if I get one more phone call talking about my vehicle warranty is expired, I know it's been expired 5 years. Leave me alone. Shout out Mark S, Becky P, Marco Brown, we appreciate you. I live in South Florida B. Shout out to you. Love you too.
They're right here. Hey.
Go enjoy your luck. Test me in again. We let it rain. Please don't start us up. Got that black and white, that yin and yang.
Damn right here.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry, man.
No, keep it playing. That's my bop right there.
Man, y'all know when I get going, bro, I'm going.
Hey man, I'm just up here. I was gonna let it keep playing. I was getting ready to talk about the musical aspect of what we doing in here, man. Because listen, bro, there's something that nope, I'm gonna keep this one to ourselves. I'm not gonna give them our secret, but there's some soul music out there that don't nobody know about, but we know about it.
But we know about it,
and we're gonna play it on here.
Okay.
There's some man.
Look, I think it's time for season 3. Yeah, season 3 of music. That's what we call this, season 3. So that was season 2. We've been in season 2 so far. So I think it's time for season 3. Summer just started on Sunday, so I think it's time for some summer jams to come on through.
Oh, we got some summer jams to come through in here. All right,
we're gonna see what we can find, Ben. But look,
this gonna be a soulful ass show. That's all I know, man. It's just there's some. I'll put it like this: they still, mom and pop, y'all. They still making y'all jams out there.
Yeah,
there are artists out there still making y'all songs. So
yes, man. Like when I tell y'all, I've come across some gems. Still Fly is one of them.
Yeah,
and it's just been like, my gosh, man. Like people don't know about this. Cool.
Oh,
I got you.
Yeah, no, we can fix that. We can fix that. Let me take. Oh, somebody sent a message yesterday. Said, Ben, all that focus you do on quality and audio and stuff, and you got them reflective ass glasses.
Look, you saw me just look at mine. I'm like, okay, wait, okay, cool. You can't.
No, yours are pretty good. You got yours. I have to just take mine off. Hilarious, man. So yeah, if you grab before the end of the day, let's at least grab one of your new favorite soul songs, and we're gonna play it for the audience before we get out of here today. That said, I want to play a clip of. I want to make sure I get the right one. This is a clip that shows you exactly how wild conservatives really are, and it is a reaction to. There's multiple layers of BS in here, but it all compounds all the way to the threat of violence. There is this imaginary boogeyman that conservatives like to fight all the time, and it is the fact that they feel like they're persecuted on social media. So they like to pretend like they're getting silenced on social media, when in reality they have the biggest block of control on social media of any political ideology on the face of the planet. Conservatives run social media, but they like to pretend like they don't. And this is a video of a pastor, Greg Locke, so upset about getting banned on social media that he's talking about using his Second Amendment rights. Let's take a look at it.
This conservative censorship is true across the board. I've been banned from, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook has banned me, put me in jail many, many times. I'm sure you and your program, being as bold as it is, you've experienced the exact same thing. And so people that say that this is not an attack have lost their mind. This is an absolute attack on our First Amendment right. And I tell people all the time, look, when it comes to our church and what we need to say and remaining open, that when they impede upon our First Amendment right, we'll meet them at the door of the tent with our Second Amendment right. Because, look, they are trying to silence us. And I think our compromise is our silence, the fact that we are not willing to push back. And so I think big tech is in for a big rude awakening, because I think the Lord's going to turn this whole thing around, and they're going to start breaking this stuff up. Lawsuits are going to come in, and it's not going to be good for them, but I think it's going to turn out good for us.
Hi, wait a minute, bro. Pastor Greg, you just got through talking about pulling up with the shotties, and then you say God's going to turn this around. At what point is God stepping in when you cocking your shotgun in my front door? See, that's why I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe in the Second Amendment too. Because if I see a white evangelical walking up to me talking about social media, I know I need to defend myself. Y'all crazy out here.
Why have they been so big mad the past few weeks? Man. It seems like this is like the third or fourth pastor that we've had a clip on the show, like the past couple of weeks.
They stay mad.
Big mad.
They stay mad, man. What we say? Billy Ray Jesus?
Billy Ray Jesus?
Nah, keep Billy Ray Jesus on the screen, bro.
When I tell y'all yesterday, when I heard that, I wanted to call in so bad.
Oh man, no, put Billy Ray Jesus back on the scene. Greg Locke, because they all the same. Like they dress differently, but they the same. They learn and they wish. Same as this guy yesterday. They all the same. They all one. First of all, they wish they could preach like black preachers. That's Paula white supremacist, right? She came and she took the entire brand of TD Jakes, and you know, when white people do stuff, they get extra credit for it, even though they don't be even 1% as good as black folks. But I digress. Yeah, I'm so stupid, man. But they all the same. They Billy Ray Jesus, and they take this Republican Jesus that they believe came carrying an AK-47, won't refuse to heal people. Right? This is the Jesus that they selling you. The Jesus that refuses to heal people unless you pay your deductible on time each month. And don't forget about your premium, right? And they don't believe that this Jesus would hang out with the LGBTQIA community, because you know they're gonna beat their kids and send them to conversion therapy. You know, it's just this long list of things that come from this group of people that really is like just shows you, man. I don't know what kind of God they serving over there, but it ain't. He don't go to my church.
No, he ain't go to mine either, brother.
He don't go to my church.
The long hair, blue-eyed one with the beard? No, not
yeah,
that one.
Man.
This is a different one.
I'm serious. I'm so serious, bro. He does not go to my church. That Jesus, if I see that Jesus coming into my church, I'm going out the back door, because I know he might open fire on people. I'm just
okay. Hey, but isn't that the same pastor that is that the one that was kicking on stage?
Is that kicking?
Is that him?
Oh, is that him, David? Oh man, David, or anybody grab the clip of that pastor doing the Karate Kid Taekwondo kick. The crane kick? This dude did the crane kick over. I forgot. Was it not wearing a mask?
Yep. That's when he first came on the screen. I'm like, wait, is that the same guy? I mean, they all look alike. That's what they say about us. But is that the same one? No? Okay, never mind.
Billy Ray Jesus. I tell you what, in the meantime, play Billy Ray Jesus. Play the one that gave, because I forgot what he was talking about. But it's the same thing. They talking about grabbing their guns and expecting Jesus to bless it. Let's watch it real quick.
See if I can put some of this together. I heard the United States Navy is about to enter the prophetic scheme. Watch for this. I heard the Pentagon say, whoa. I saw the Oval Office dark. I heard this. Everything is wide open right now. And I heard impeachment. I heard impeachment, and I heard resign. Impeachment and resign.
Resign.
That's what I heard.
Impeachment.
resign.
I'm going to tell you something.
Impeach, resign. Bro, what is wrong with this dude?
What are you looking for?
This Joe Biden is still not the president. He's never been the president. He's still not the president, and he never will be the president. So therefore, everything within this so-called, what do they call their staff?
Administration.
Their administration. Their
He don't even know the word
administration
administration.
is bogus.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh, bro.
That's it. All right. Take him down. Take him
It
out.
looks like Ozzy Osbourne. Like, what's going on? This looks like some whole satanic worship kind of BS. What is going on? This is what I missed when I'm not here. Oh my God. What are we doing?
Oh man.
I needed that one today.
Oh, bro, but they be so serious, and then they think Jesus coming to bless that, man. Oh
Look,
man,
I was just about to say, I saw David just put in the chat with a psycho wig, and I was like, this wig that he has on, it's annoying the hell out of me.
Yeah, Rebecca said it was a wig. I don't. What do you think? Is it? Yeah,
It
that's
looks
a wig.
like a wig.
It's
Yeah.
definitely a wig.
Rock Goth Church. Oh my gosh, this is that.
Oh man,
how does that even work together? Goth and church? Okay, cool. I'm all right. I'm good.
Lord. All right, I want to play.
Jesus. Y'all get out this chat. Leave me alone today.
I'm trying to hold it together.
Sorry.
Oh, all I know.
Okay.
All I know is that every time I come up across one of these evangelicals, I'm glad I believe in the Second Amendment too, because man, you never know if an evangelical gonna come like they're gonna shoot up the whole place or y'all gonna serve communion. I don't know which one y'all gonna do. I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all gonna try to overthrow the government for Donald Trump. Or have it raise an offering. I'm not really sure what evangelicals are gonna do these days.
Evil. Tiger said the super chat saying, hey, I'm a goth Christian. Okay, Tiger.
Listen. I come as you are. I don't care.
You are.
Come as you are. You can be a goth Christian, but please just know that the word for the staff of the president is his administration. Just know that much for me, and we're gonna be okay.
What is it called? Administration.
What's that word again? What's that word for?
Administration. Impeachment.
Impeach and resign. Joe Biden. Impeach and resign.
You came in right on time.
Open right now.
Yeah.
And I heard
David.
Y'all, these evangelicals are the best, man. Impeach.
Impeachment. I heard impeachment
and resign.
And I heard resign.
You lying on guys.
Resign.
Stop lying.
Impeachment and resign.
Resign.
I'm giving myself a headache.
Right, dude, me too.
Wait a minute, wait. Take it. Wait, no, keep him on B-roll because I want people to know what we talk about. I want them to know that he crazy. We not. It ain't us.
It ain't us at all. It's not.
This is what they preaching in y'all churches.
And y'all be here for it. Y'all stand up for it, and y'all be up in arms, just ready. Goddamn impeachment. What the hell are you talking about in church, man?
Y'all be in church Bro, they be in there in church with white Jesus talking about, thank you, Jesus, for Pastor Trump. Thank you, Jesus, for dying. I said, Pastor, I mean, President Trump. Oh, we thank you for President Trump. We praise you, God, because you have been so merciful that you would give us the pussy grabber. I'm just we bless your name, God, for Donald Trump.
Thank you, white Jesus.
But those LGBTQIA folks, no, they going to hell. No, not Donald Trump.
No, not Donald Trump. Just the gays and the lesbians,
the
trans people. They're going to jail. All of them going right to hell. I said jail.
I think we need to hear what Bub Becker would say to this guy.
Oh God! And guess what? You ask and you shall receive.
My God! Like what? Look, I'm already late to my work. I'm already late to work, and now y'all got me over here about to.
Oh God!
First of all, I can't be
impeachment.
Wait,
where did you
impeachment?
Why
Hey,
did
Rebecca.
y'all bring Billy Ray Jesus back?
Cause we found his cousin in Saint Jesus. Bring up the Justin Bieber Jesus.
In Saint.
Look at Jesus.
JB Jesus.
Are we sure?
He's the Alan. He's not. See, you can't say Alan Thicke. What Jesus is this guy? I guess the Donald Trump Jesus.
He's giving AJ from perfect Ryan Seacrest Jesus.
Ryan Seacrest.
Yes.
Jesus.
If David
Absolutely.
hasn't done anything at all, he's giving us this.
Ryan Seacrest Jesus.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. So you got the Billy Ray. Well, we got to take it back in time. Do a little bit Vanilla Ice Jesus.
Vanilla.
Because you got to make him a little
Ryan
older than
Seacrest
Ryan.
better.
Well, Ryan
actually,
Seacrest
the guy
is
on
old, isn't
the
he?
left looks like Ryan Seacrest. They all look. I can't say that. Y'all don't all look alike, but there are types and subgroups.
I already said it this morning.
Don't get me. I literally.
Rebecca, I am trying to hold on to the white audience that I have left.
And I'm trying to hold on to my hat because the way the wig is set up under here, it's just a lot. But anywho, what is going on this morning, you guys? Like, what did I miss? Like, I know.
Oh, no, we had a great show, and then we were like, Then we listened to what this man talked about. I'm gonna pull up with my shotty, and in Jesus' name, we're gonna get delivered in the same sentence. That pastor, it just kind of like it sent us a little bit.
So why did he say that? He's pulling up with his.
Good question. I'm glad you asked. I'd love for us to hear it again. Play the clip again, David.
Please.
Yes.
Is true across the board. I've been banned from, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook has banned me, put me in jail many, many times. I'm sure you and your program, being as bold as it is, you've experienced the exact same thing. And so people that say that this is not an attack have lost their mind. This is an absolute attack on our First Amendment right. And I tell people all the time, look, when it comes to our church and what we need to say and remaining open, that when they impede upon our First Amendment right, we'll meet them at the door of the tent with our Second Amendment right. Because look,
Watch the
they
guy's
are trying
eye.
to silence us. And I think
What?
our compromise is our silence. The fact that we are not willing to push back. And so I think big tech is in for a big rude awakening, because I think the Lord's going to turn this whole thing around, and they're going to start breaking this stuff up. Lawsuits are going to come in, and it's not going to be good for them, but I think it's going to turn out good for us.
In Jesus' name.
But help me understand in Jesus' name. He's saying all this because he feels like
He's been canceled.
He's been banned on social, like when he says
what?
banned, because I think I know this guy. I think like we were supposed to debate some years ago. He's got a big following on social media. It's just they like to pretend as though they are oppressed. Nobody is oppressed more in this country than white evangelicals. I mean, because they swear.
I just told my best friend on the phone this. I was on the phone talking to my dentist, and I've been going back and forth with her. I'm like, yo, lady, I want these retainers out and the braces back on. Y'all been, like, this is the process that we agreed to. Like, I'm tired. I need to eat my food, right? And she's like, I've been going back and forth about this. The work has been done. I need the finishing touches, and let's just go so we can end this. And I've been calling back and forth, and I'm like, they be talking to me as if they're oppressed people, right? And And this is the other side. I told you my ortho is black, but that other side is white. And literally, no, I kid you not. The dental side is white and my ortho area.
And you know what? I bet you she goes to First Baptist Church. Go ahead.
So she's like, well, let me tell you something. I'm gonna call you guys back, right? This is gonna call me back. Who calls me back? The lady's like, I am the manager of Dental One, and I said, ma'am, I didn't call for. I didn't call for the manager, but she's like, well, you need to understand that we don't only have you as a patient, ma'am. I'm going off of what I was told before. Okay. And that's why I'm calling back, because nobody has addressed the situation. I paid mad money for this right here. I paid mad money.
You didn't get to 3 ma'ams, did you? Please don't.
She was like, she was like, you need to understand. Hold on. Y'all be acting like y'all so oppressed. You guys are running a business and are telling your patients one thing and not doing what needs to be done. You are a dentist. Stop giving folks false hope for whatever. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Rebecca be finding ways of time.
So I had to, and then they start speaking to you crazy. It's one thing for me to, I feel like at this point, I'm in my 30s. I don't care what I look like to you guys. I might look like a kid. I always get that, whatever. But at the same time, don't speak to me like a child. And especially when you are the other race. Stop speaking to me crazy. But anyways,
watch
they were acting
nice. And put your hands on the hood.
Exactly. And I'm like, you better comply, lady, because I will run up in that dental office and mess it
listen,
up.
we canceling countries today. We'll cancel the whole dental office.
Cancel countries today, baby.
And I don't want to say our name because there's a black side there, and they do me so well. And my black side had to go over to the dentist.
Wait a minute, y'all got railroad checks in y'all dentist office?
12 God.
Damn.
I didn't even know until they were like, oh, we have the dentist office right here. Like, not only do you have to go to ortho, we'll just take you across the way. And they literally have treated me across the way, like back and forth, like, oh, like we'll deal with her later. But it's like, I just want this procedure to be done. I've been rolling with these braces for a minute and I got the stuff that I need done. Now I need the braces back on so I can end it. And my ortho takes it very serious. She's like, no, we've been running her back and forth. So she went over there. She's like, what you're not going to do to the dental lady, what you're not going to do is X, Y, and Z to her. Okay. She's been here for a while. We've been running her back and forth. She paid her money. And so we can't be taking up her time this way. So, but anyways, they've been really rude to me, and the way they talk to me is crazy. But then they make it seem like they're the oppressed people. You're my dentist. All I'm asking for is communication. I'm not asking, like, just let me know what I need to be doing, what I need to be looking for, what's the wait time. Don't treat me as if me calling in as a patient is an issue to your business. I'm the patient. Like, don't be disrespectful to me. They literally will complain about the smallest things. And I had to get her together. I said, man, watch your tone. Watch your tone and watch the throne, sis, because I will come up in there. Spit bars in your place and tear up the whole place. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. So, anyway, I say that to say that to also these oppressed pastors, these oppressed dental workers.
Rebecca know how to tie this thing together.
These oppressed, these oppressed lawyers, these oppressed everybody who's oppressed that is not black. The most oppression that you got is me calling in as a patient to tell you about yourself. The most oppression that you got is YouTube banning your content. Right? But you're still making money and have a whole cult following. This is a thing that I'm talking about. Y'all be really out here complaining about stuff when we really have no rights. We're still fighting for our voting rights today. Literally, Juneteenth, that was just considered a federal holiday in the state of Georgia. Governor Kemp literally said he will not consider that a federal holiday for state workers because they already got 12 holidays and he ain't moving not even Christopher Columbus Day.
Child.
So who's oppressed here? We over here fighting every day, and I just ask for respect to be spoken to with respect, and y'all acting like me asking to be spoken to with respect is such an oppression. My God.
And you not only did Kemp not only did Kemp not recognize Juneteenth, but as we were sitting here over the last weekend, 100,000 people have been purged. Right. So there's a purge of voters going on all across this country.
Show us the list. That's
but they oppressed.
Because he's saying that the people on the list are double voter, the double registered, or this and that and that and that. But there are names of people, but I'm pretty sure who don't even know that they're on that list. And I'm pretty sure that they can fight it tooth and nail because it isn't true. about them.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just had Representative Park Cannon on the show last week, and she was saying they are doing things like going to buildings where there are shops at the top of the building and saying that this person has misregistered their address, because when they go there, they're saying that, oh, they're registering the shop and their address, so they're using that as a basis to say we're going to take them from the we're going to take their rights from voting. We're removing that. And see, they'll find any possible way. And so, yeah, we got a lot of things going on. So show us that list, Governor Kemp. Show us that list that you got, because I can bet you my bottoms dollar that most of the people on there are in areas.
Your Keisha Lance's bottoms dollar? I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, you know?
I'm sorry.
I took it another way. The bottoms dollar. Wait, the bottoms got it. Never mind.
See,
You
I
know
took
what?
it-
No, I know, right?
I took it the wrong- yeah, I took it to the
Happy
mayor of
Pride,
the
y'all.
city.
Happy Pride, y'all. Happy Pride.
I knew this exactly.
Anywho.
With that man down there.
Governor Kemp is disrespectful and wrong, and what they're doing is wrong. So I want to see that list, because, like I said, I believe that it includes.
Why
Hey,
that sister
yes,
up there
hair.
smiling?
Yes,
Why that
hair to the
sister up
black
there
woman,
smiling?
But damn, why are you there, sis?
Why is she? And then the brother on the second row, brother. Really? I'd be up there like this. Because I'm sure maybe they got paid to be there. Maybe they needed to check. I get it. I get it. But I'd be up there like
that's
this.
all that is.
But she's giving me hair, she's giving me outfit, and she's giving me next to the lady. The lady next to her looks like.
What the hell are we doing?
About to fall over.
Yo, look at her. Look at she's rolling her eyes. Oh my God, the one in mom.
She is.
She's like, what
She
the
looking
hell?
like.
She's like, why am I here? And she's leaning over to the black lady. I think she's whispering something through her teeth. Like, girl, you
Like,
know,
if this
he done
so
called you to be here for.
It's so con man ass.
And then of course the one behind the lady with the mask on, she was like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy."
He is
like, girl,
But the
he's
one in the
next
red
on
shirt with
stage,
the
girl.
bang is like, if I just blink a few times and make it seem like I'm here and I'm listening, I think that's going to be just fine.
I'm so sorry to the listening audience. I wish you were here.
Yo,
anyway,
his translator,
his
translator, he be going off.
He's
when I
giving
tell
it
you,
to us. Do you hear
he
me?
be going
He was just
off.
throwing it. He was just throwing it.
No, I love to. They are so talented. I absolutely love to see it.
He is hands down the best translator in the nation. Like, been seeing this man all summer long. When I tell you the beard, Santa
And the
Claus
beard
with
is on
ass,
fleek.
No,
going.
he's giving me waistline movements and stuff. I love it. Listen, you
Hey,
see?
listen. Is there a ring on his finger? He's like, hey.
Well,
He
he's
coming out
probably
here
a
with his
wrinkle,
best.
you know. Anywho,
He out here for. He got on.
I love to see. I think that's a beautiful talent. I love
Yeah,
like
it really
to be
is.
bilingual, and then the other language to be sign language.
Oh,
wow, I love that.
Why is his beard so perfect? Wow,
Because-
I be having beard
perfect.
envy.
He's probably a good person.
Yeah.
You're right.
He probably
Rebecca.
don't believe none of this.
Absolutely right.
He
The
don't
only way
believe
that
none
God
of
can
this.
remove your hairline and give you a beard.
Listen, what?
He won't give you
When
both. He will not give you both. That's one thing about my good Lord. He ain't gonna give you both.
He's not.
No.
Get one or the other.
That's it. And especially if the more that you disrespect black women in your life, the more that God tends to push that hairline further and further back.
he looks swole too. Like, I don't want to run up on him in the street. Like, bruh, it's like that translator look like he'll break some bricks.
Yeah, he does.
Anywho, guys. What were you dropping in there, David? You said you dropped something in there that had to do with.
Oh, I missed that, David. What we got? Take it to the after party. How about that?
All right.
Oh, wait a minute.
Let's go to the after party.
Oh, and before we go to the after party, since we're in the live show, I love celebrating birthdays. I hate that we missed Bubba's when his passed, but we will, when it comes up, we'll definitely be celebrating that. I think it was in December. But David, is it in December?
Yes, December. Yeah.
Okay, so good that I remember that. So yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So David, it was your birthday. He happened to be blessed to be born on Liberation Day for Black people, and I say that because it wasn't liberation for all Black folks, but it was. It started for Texas, and so David, it was your birthday, and on June 19th.
Happy belated birthday, David.
Yes, happy belated, David.
I want to make sure that we give you the love and that you deserve. So happy birthday to our producer.
Happy belated birthday to our producer,
our
David.
hairless producer. who ain't got no hair. But you got a
He
beard.
got a beard.
That's
He's
what
got
I
a
gotta
beard.
remember.
Hey,
He's got a
you
good
see?
beard.
the whole
So that
team
means that you
bald
are a
head.
good person somewhere inside of you. So God didn't leave you. He
The whole-
didn't
it
leave
does-
you for dead.
Is there a man on our team that has hair? No.
No.
The closest is brother Carl Mack, and he only been on the show one time, so we got to claim him.
Who's
so that we
Carl
can
Mack?
have
You know, then we had dreadhead Dr. Carl. He had hair.
Why you call the man a dread?
Because he got
his dreads are fly too.
Yeah, I
Benjamin's
love
growing
him.
dread.
Shout out to Dr. Carl.
And Dwayne said, I can grow hair. I choose not to have hair. Man, you bald
Dwayne,
headed,
please.
bro.
I
It's
feel like
okay.
if you grow hair, it's probably gonna be real light patches.
Patchy.
You know why? You know who's
Huge
been getting me?
growing.
I get jealous of the people who get the bald spot back here because then they get to hide it. And it ain't till they turn around. Like, you ever been in a church and the pastor, he preaching in front, he preaching, you see his hair. Then that dude turn around, he got the glow. He got a skate ball right there in the big, see the reflection. It's like Jesus came and reflected off his head. Yeah.
David, grab that link I just dropped in the chat, please. It's hilarious. And before we get out, I just want just
David said that's what he has.
Since we're talking about balding. But yes, people who grow their hair, that's what I believe that Dwayne has. If he grows his hair, it's gonna be some areas. There's this guy that's so handsome, right? That I used to date, and he had a hairline so good, but then like the next year that we started like kicking it, I'm like, it's kind of tiny in the middle. Like it's kind of like right here. It's right.
That's how
right
it
here.
happens.
And so he was really embarrassed about it. And he told me, he literally looked at me and told me that that's a sensitive space for him. David, grab that link in the chat.
About his hair?
But yeah, he looked at me and I had to say, but I didn't laugh at him. I looked at him, I'm like, hey, just cut it off. And I looked at him, I was like, just cut it off. And I told him, hey, like, I'm okay with that. And I was like, if other women are making you feel some type of way, like, don't. I had to really encourage him because at the end of the day, all of us have places that we feel that are.
Why
that
did
are
you just sing that note?
But
That note. Go, I'm
all
sorry.
of us have places that we feel. But look, so play this, please.
I'm sorry, but I must.
Play it again.
Okay, for the listening audience, you got to see it.
Do you really have to go? I'm sorry, but I must.
Wait, what audio is that from? What sound is that from?
It's from one of them damn movies that I'm trying to remember. Is that from Lion King? I don't know.
It's
sound like it could be John Wick, far as I know, but it's funny as hell. That's all I know.
But yeah, so it's like it definitely. While I'm laughing, I don't want my hat to fall off, and then I'm like, man, do you really have to go? Then y'all gonna see the wig get flipped on 2 braids. But no, seriously,
man.
I don't understand, but I know. That's an insecurity. That's a big insecurity for a lot of men. And I don't want us women to, unless you're a bad man, that's the reason why your hairline is going. Like the more you disrespect, the more you talk down and disrespect Black women, even white women. If you're a disrespectful man, period, your line is just gonna ride back. It's just gonna keep on going, and you're just gonna be sad. But for the guys,
I ain't disrespect nobody a day in my life, Rebecca. What happened to me?
God gave you a beard. Okay, so but for the men who are,
as you can see, James has been kinder to more people than I have because he got a real beard.
And God gave his like a nice design too.
You know what I mean?
I know, right?
God gave his a really
got
nice
stripes
design.
and wings
We
and
got-
stuff.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So
It's
that's
beautiful.
stress. That's stress from the several years, like one person and the other person. That's all
we
that
do
is.
have a bald person. We have one
Dwayne
extra.
in this chat.
I was getting ready to tell you. You know, we have Dwayne in the room today.
Yeah.
Why?
I thought the
Don't
audience
do
would
Brother
like to know
Dwayne
that
like
too.
that.
Dwayne, cut your mic on,
I
Dwayne.
didn't even see Dwayne.
That's not Dwayne. No, cut the camera on.
Oh,
You gotta
Wait,
cut your camera on.
Like, wow, you look like David.
See, look at we have white friends on our show. We still
yeah,
got.
but you want to fight, Dwayne? What's up? Dwayne, you want to fight? Because it's all good. Look, I'm getting these jokes off because you're right. You're not here. And as I tried to adjust my lighting, that you probably would be like telling me to shut my curtains in the background. But no, I didn't know. You guys scared me. I'm like, I thought that was David the whole time. I'm like, oh, David, you can't say that. Like I was David, you can't
in
say
our
that.
chat saying the N word. Come on, David.
It wasn't the N word, no. But I realized it's Dwayne. I had to look twice.
And David popped in. It says Dwayne.
Yeah, my bad, David. Because I was about to say, David, we gotta talk.
Y'all both got a D and an A in y'all name. Y'all are asking a little too much for us to be able to decipher
See, I done
between a
told
Dwayne and a
Now
David.
Dwayne's running to go polish his head. He wasn't ready. Now he's trying to make sure it's shiny and it's nice.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh man, y'all are wild. Y'all are killing me. There is one other clip that I don't know. We could do whatever. We can go to the after party if you guys like, but there's a clip about
yeah, let's go to the after party.
Okay, we'll go to that.
In the meantime, while we take a break, I'm just gonna go shut my curtain so my light can be balanced while Dwayne is watching.
I was getting ready to see audience. I was getting ready to give you one more story publicly, but Rebecca has to close her shade. So let's go to the after party.
Yeah, I love you guys.
Hey, if you haven't already, make sure that you join the Patreon, likeItOrNot.com. Oh, wait a minute. Patreon.com/likeItOrNot. Patreon.com/likeItOrNot, y'all. Make sure that you join. If you haven't, y'all, it's the after party. We thank you for tuning in. Billy Ray Jesus says, impeachment.
Sticks and stones may break my bone, but your words can't hurt me. No, you just can't hurt me. No, I ain't been right more than I've been wrong, and it still can't hurt me. No, it just can't hurt me. No. No, you just can't hurt me. No, you just can't hurt me. No, no, no. I know it's hard to be polite, and it's easy being petty. My mama used to tell me, gotta use you when he ready. Man, it's crazy how my brother said it could have been my cell. It's either prison or a grave, that's what everybody tell me. Man, life ain't a beach, it's a female dog. I'm staying 10 toes down, though I still might fall. Oh yeah, now I done came through, knocking pictures off you all. Cause loving people who persecute you, there's still a tough light up on my path and a lamp under my feet.
Y'all, this is called Sticks and Stones by Norman Sands. Sticks and Stones by Norman Sands. Y'all check it out.
Disrespect, help me turn my other cheek and say sticks and stones may break my bone, but your words can't hurt me. No, you just can't hurt me. No, I ain't been right more than I've been.
Taj Snoopy, we thank you for your stars. It's very obvious that Republicans have infiltrated the so-called Democratic Party and hold elected positions. The word Democrat should forever the replaced with progressive, and for all that don't agree, head over to the right wing. Hashtag respectfully. Thank you so much, Taj.
No, you just can't hurt me. No, you just can't hurt me. No. See, it's hard to be polite. It's easy being petty. Mama used to tell me, gotta use you when you're ready. Cause I ain't working on my own timing. Ain't got no diamonds on me, but I stay
can't remember it now, look.
They say the world would be a better place if we take out the hate. Yeah. Let's keep it real, it'd be better if we just subtract the fake. Yeah, so be a light up on my path and a lamp under my feet. I know my faith's strong, but my flesh still kinda weak. When that victory be looking like the verge of defeat, and I feel like disrespect, help me turn my other cheek and say sticks and stones may break my bone, but your words can't hurt me. No, you just can't hurt me. No,
I'm a little bit naughty, I'm a little bit too consumed, but every part of my body is telling me to run away from you. Come a little bit closer, yeah, yeah. Come a little bit closer, yeah. You're a little bit crazy. It's been days, but you never change. What's love got to do with it? He comes around, better knock that stuff down. Come a little bit closer, yeah.
All right, y'all, we gonna see you in the after party. Make sure that you go ahead and click that link and get over there.
So all my ladies who got a brother that doesn't treat them right,